Welcome to the magical world for you kids. I am your friend and guide. Before we start tonight's story, imagine a place full of colors and laughter, where surprises hide in every corner. Now, let's get comfy and ready to drift into a beautifully dreamy adventure. The Frog Prince. Good evening, dear little friends. I'm your sister Bella, and tonight, let's listen to a story together before we sleep. Imagine in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess who had a small golden ball that she loved very much. One day, while playing near a well close to the castle, she accidentally dropped her precious golden ball into the deep well. The princess was very sad as she couldn't find her golden ball. Just then, a frog appeared and said Princess agreed to be his friend. He would retrieve the golden ball for her. The princess agreed but did not keep her promise once she had her ball back. The frog was saddened but did not give up. He went to the castle and sought help from the king. The king, being a just man, told the princess she must honor her promise. Finally, the princess kissed the frog, and a miracle happened, and the frog transformed into a handsome prince. It turned out that a wicked witch had cursed the prince, and only a heartfelt kiss could break the spell. Now the princess and the prince became the best of friends and enjoyed many happy times together. This story teaches us that it is important to keep our promises and to treat every friend sincerely. So, let's dive into this story and see what interesting events unfold between the princess and the frog prince. A long time ago, in a distant kingdom, there lived a kind and beautiful princess. She had golden hair, and her eyes were as clear and bright as sapphires. The princess loved to play in the castle garden, where colorful flowers bloomed and butterflies danced among the blossoms. Her most precious plaything was her beloved golden ball, which reflected dazzling light under the sun, like a treasure of nature. One day, while playing near the old well within the castle grounds, the princess accidentally let the golden ball slip from her hands, and it fell into the deep well. The princess began to cry, not wanting to lose her most cherished possession. The well water seemed deep and dark. Like a giant mouth had swallowed her joy. Just then, a green frog hopped out of the well, its eyes twinkling and its skin smooth. The frog said to the princess, "Dear princess, don't cry. I can help you retrieve your golden ball." The princess, surprised to hear the frog speak, agreed to listen to the frog's plan, although she doubted what a frog could do. The frog told her that he would help her if she would agree to be his friend and do a favor for him. Princess, puzzled but desperate to retrieve her precious ball, agreed to the frog's request. Thus, an extraordinary story began. The frog gazed into the princess's eyes earnestly and said, "If you promise to fulfill one request from me, I will retrieve your golden ball." The princess, eager and anxious, asked, "What is your request?" The frog replied, "You must promise to do whatever I ask, no matter what." The princess, without hesitating, agreed. "All right, I promise." Frog then jumped into the well. Before long, it returned to the surface with the golden ball. The princess, seeing her golden ball back in her hands once more, jumped with joy and thanked the frog, but she felt a bit easy inside. She ran back to the castle with her golden ball, and the frog followed closely behind. When they reached the grand hall of the castle, the frog said, "Now it is time for you to keep your promise." The princess felt scared, not knowing what the frog would ask. Frog continued, "My request is simple. I only wish for you to let me dine with you and sleep in your bed for one night. Reluctantly, but remembering her promise, the princess agreed. At dinner time, the princess and the frog sat together at the dining table. The frog used its small hands to handle the fork, eating clumsily but charming the princess with its antics. After dinner, the princess led the frog to her bedroom. The frog jumped onto the bed, leaving the princess feeling apprehensive. Sure of what to do, she knew she had to keep her word. As the frog lay on her bed, the princess sat by the bedside. The frog said, "Now it is time for you to complete your promise." Gathering her courage, the princess gently kissed the frog. Suddenly, a miracle occurred. The frog began to glow. The light growing brighter till it illuminated the entire room. When the light faded, the frog had transformed into a handsome prince. He explained that a wicked witch had cursed him, and only a heartfelt kiss could break the spell. The prince stood up and bowed to the princess, thanking her for breaking the curse. Surprised, the princess listened as the prince invited her to join him at a grand ball the next day. Thrilled, the princess accepted, knowing it would be an unforgettable night. As they sat on the bed, they bathed in moonlight. Prince recounted his story. He had been cursed by a jealous witch who turned him into a frog. The prince had waited for someone with a good heart to help him, and the princess's kindness and courage gave him hope. Listening to the prince's tale, the princess felt sympathy and action. She never imagined that a simple kiss could change someone's fate so profoundly. Looking into the prince's eyes, she saw wisdom and bravery shining within them, which made her feel at ease. They talked, sharing their dreams and hopes. princess confided her longing to explore the world beyond the castle and see the places she had only heard of in stories. The prince spoke of his travels and adventures and offered to take her on many expeditions. As the night grew deep, their bond grew stronger. The princess felt a warmth and trust she had never known before, recognizing a true friend in the prince. The prince felt immense happiness, finding someone who could understand and support him. They spoke of their future, envisioning days of traveling together. The princess imagined herself in lovely dresses, attending balls and celebrations with the prince. The prince pictured them riding horses and exploring unknown forests and mountains. On this warm and comforting night, their hearts found solace in each other. They knew that whatever challenges and difficulties they might face in the future, they would face them together as inseparable friends. Their profound connection seemed like a fateful meeting on this magical night. But just as the princess and the prince reveled in their newfound warmth and trust, the wicked witch learned of the prince's rescue. In a fit of rage, she decided to disrupt their happiness by conjuring a powerful storm to destroy the kingdom. The storm arrived with ferocity, throwing the kingdom into chaos. Thunder rumbled, and dense clouds covered the sky. The people in the castle were terrified, unsure of what to do. The princess and the prince knew it was the witch's retaliation, and they needed a plan to stop the disaster. The prince led the princess to the highest tower in the castle, the kingdom's magic center. They knew they needed potent magic to counter the witch's evil forces. The prince explained they had to find the kingdom's ancient book of spells, which contained the incantation to dispel the storm. Together, they searched the library until they found the dusty, ancient book on the oldest shelf. The pages were yellowed and filled with complex symbols and writings. After poring over the texts, they found the spell to calm the storm. Standing on the tower, facing the raging tempest, they recited the spell together. As they did, beams of light shot out from the tower, piercing the clouds and illuminating the entire kingdom. The storm began to abate. The clouds dispersed, and sunlight once again bathed the land. The witch's curse was broken, and her power greatly diminished. Unable to threaten the kingdom any longer, she fled in disgrace. The kingdom's people celebrated, grateful for the princess and the prince's courage and wisdom in saving their land. Embracing each other tightly, the princess and the prince knew that as long as they stood united, no challenge was insurmountable. Their love and friendship, tested by the storm, had only grown stronger. Peace and tranquility returned to the kingdom, and the story of the princess and the prince became a legendary tale for generations to come. Dear little friends, why aren't you moved by the courage and wisdom of the princess and the prince? In this story, we saw how they faced difficulties together and defeated the wicked witch. Their story teaches us that no matter what challenges we encounter, courage and wisdom can overcome anything. Imagine if you were the princess or the prince. What would you do? Would you bravely face difficulties or use your wisdom to find solutions? Perhaps you would find unique ways to help those in need, just like the princess and the prince. In this story, the princess and the prince not only became the best of friends, but also embarked on many adventures together. Their story shows us that true friendship is priceless. It can help us navigate through times and make our lives richer and more vibrant. So, dear little friends, cherish your friends just as the princess and the prince cherished each other. Now, imagine if you had a precious belonging like the golden ball, how would you protect it? Maybe you would keep it in a safe place or share it with your friends. Whatever you do, remember to treasure what you have, for they are part of your life, just like the princess's golden ball. As night falls, the story of the princess and the prince also draws to a close. Hand in hand, they stroll through the moonlit garden, enjoying the tranquility of the night. Stars twinkle in the sky, seemingly celebrating their happiness. They know that tomorrow is a new day, full of new adventures and challenges. Now, it's also time for your little eyes to rest. Imagine yourself lying in a warm bed, wrapped in a soft blanket. Moonlight gently caresses your face through the window. Just like the princess and the prince, you too can continue your adventures in your dreams. Close your eyes and let your thoughts drift with the gentle night breeze. Maybe you'll dream of becoming a princess or prince, exploring a mysterious kingdom. Or perhaps you'll dream of playing and sharing joyous times with friends. Now softly say to yourself, "Good night," to your little friend. Let this warm story guide you into a sweet dream. When you wake up tomorrow, you will be filled with energy and happiness, ready for a new day. Good night, dear little. Hope you enjoyed our magical journey. Before you drift off to sleep, don't forget to subscribe to For You Kids to ensure you never miss a story. Good night, little ones. Sweet dreams.